What if I told you it's pretty easy? You just need two cameras, two lenses, one wide and one tight, two lights with a softbox, and then a mic. And then you get something like this.
All right. So this is where I sit. Back in 2017, that's when I moved to Iceland. Before I moved to Iceland, I never even owned a car. But then seeing Icelandic conditions and made me develop this love for cars, and in particular, big off-road cars. So I've done a lot of exploring in the Icelandic highlands. I was longing for some new terrain, and that's kind of how I ended up stuck with a Porsche in the African desert.
We knew this was maybe gonna happen. It's fixable, it's doable.
So you saw that trailer. Today we are going to be taking a look at how I would film an interview for Netflix. I'm going to use the FX6 as my main camera, FX6 as my B camera, so it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be transforming this space into an interview setup. First thing that we should do is to find our frame. Start with moving the chair around, and then I'm just going to be looking at my monitor. So I'm going to set up my main angle right here and probably the second angle right over here. We got this space because when I'm filming interviews with people, I want to have them on a location that fits their personality. And Frank is our car guy. He has this Porsche super modified Jeep or something like that. And I want to have that in the background for his interview. So that's why we got this car garage. Super nice because of the depth that we have. So we're gonna be having that like blurred out of focus stuff in the background. But we also do have a lot of echo and like there's a fan going on in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. So there's also some difficulties being here. So the lighting here is really nice. As you can see, I'm just naturally lit by these big windows on this side. But the only challenge that we have is there's also big windows on the other side. So it's just like lit everywhere. If I would know about that and if I had the opportunity, I would probably get flags and just flag it out to get more shadows. But we can't do that right now, so we're just gonna have to work with it. I think this is the frame. I want to move the chair a bit, so I'm gonna be moving that a bit more. But this is the frame that I'm pretty happy about. The reason that the camera is this side is probably around eye level when he's going to be sitting. This is like the most basic stuff that I can do. I put him on the one side, like the right side of it. This stuff right here was in the frame. So as you can see from this shot right here, we don't have a lot of shadows. So I'm going to be underexposing this a bit right now. The FX6 has an internal ND, so I'm putting that one on right now. Right now I underexposed the picture a bit, as you can see. That's because I'm going to be putting a light up right here, a key light to lit Frank's face and body. I want to emphasize on the point that when you're filming, you want to be filming into the shadow side of the person's face. Because if I would be having the camera right here and shooting at the person who's sitting right here, as you can see, this side is a bit more shadowy than this side. So if you move the camera to this angle, there's more light on this side and it's more evenly lit. And I don't want that. So that's the reason why I have the camera on the left side and the lights on the right side. So we got the Amaran 200X. I'm going to be positioning my light at a 45-degree angle from the person who's sitting in the interview. I'm going to put it a bit up because that creates a little triangle on the opposite side of the face that's being lit. Recommend these ones because you're going to be wanting to power your lights or your camera, and having one of these or two of these your kit is really nice. Light is on, that's great. I'm going to be putting a softbox on it. I picked this softbox up online. It's from Angler, really cheap, like $30 or something like that. It's quite nice. Goes up really fast. Just pull that. And then you put the diffusion on and the grid. I do like to put the grid on. It's to make it more directional, so the light doesn't spill everywhere. I'm gonna make it a bit taller, facing more down. And then turn it on. I'm gonna match the white balance on my camera, which is 5600. Maybe I will change it later. Now I just want to move it as close to the subject that I can. So I'm gonna be taking a look at my monitor right here. Okay, it's not in the frame right now. So move it a bit forward. Now we're in. I think this is fine. So this is the frame that we got right now. The chair is more lit than the background, which is nice because, as I said earlier, we don't want everything evenly lit. We want some kind of contrast in the foreground and the background. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm pretty happy with what we got so far, but I'm gonna add one more light, and that's a back and a hair light. I'm going to be putting up right over here somewhere because I want to be on the opposite side of the main key light. I'm going to be checking out my frame and see how close I can get this light, but I think I can move it a bit more in front, somewhere around this angle probably. I got this just slightly out of frame. We're pointing this towards back here. I'm pretty happy with the frame and everything right now, but I noticed I want the chair and the person to be sitting a bit more to the right. I noticed we couldn't see like the whole Loki's name, and we were blocking like half of the car, so I want to move the chair just a bit to the left, and also the camera. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So we made one more final adjustment. We changed the backlight to a light of the car because it was so black we didn't really see what was going on in the background. So I pointed the light towards the car, not to his back and hair, and I think that looks a bit better. Last thing, and it is crucial, it's audio. I'm going to be using these wireless microphones for the interview. It's the UWP Sony mic system, and I just plug them into my XLR on the camera and record it straight into the footage. The camera that Frank is holding right now is going to be a B camera. Frank, if you come around this place right here, it's probably going to be somewhere around this angle right here as a B camera. So if he's looking this way, this is the main one and this is the B one. So yeah, let's shoot the interview.